If you're the person everyone comes to for support, the one who's always there, always listening, always holding it together, this might be why you're exhausted. It's called emotional burnout, and most people don't even realize they have it. It doesn't come from doing too much, it comes from carrying too much emotionally. Welcome back to the universe, friends. This is where we protect your peace and learn how to carry life without it breaking us. If you've been feeling drained after being there for everyone else, this video is for you. Emotional burnout is different because it builds quietly. You can still be functioning, still showing up, still doing everything you're supposed to do, and still feel completely drained. Let's walk through this because there's a reason why you feel this way. Signs of emotional burnout. Emotional burnout isn't easy to recognize. It shows up in ways that are easy to miss but hard to live with. You might notice that you feel drained after conversations even when nothing went wrong. You carry other people's problems in your head long after the conversation ends. You feel responsible for how other people feel, like it's your job to fix it. And even when you finally get time to yourself, your mind is still thinking about everyone else. So you're physically resting, but your mind or body is still experiencing stress, tension, or fatigue, which means you're not recovering. Now, why does emotional burnout happen? This doesn't happen because something is wrong with you. It usually happens because you're someone who cares deeply about others, and over time, that care turns into something heavier. And it doesn't happen all at once, it builds slowly in ways you don't always notice. There are three reasons why caring for others turns into emotional burnout for you. Number one, you learned to be the emotional support person. At some point in your life, you became the person people rely on. Maybe you were the one who stayed calm when things were chaotic, the one who took the time to listen, the one who understood. And over time, that stopped being something you do and started feeling like who you are. So when someone around you is overwhelmed, struggling, or upset, it doesn't feel optional to step in, it feels automatic. Every time someone had a problem, you didn't choose this role, you learned to stay in it. Number two, you don't just listen, you absorb. You don't just hear what people are going through, you feel it with them. When someone is stressed, you feel it. When someone is overwhelmed, you carry it. When someone is hurting, it stays with you. And even after the conversation ends, your mind keeps replaying it, thinking about what you could have said, what you should have done, how they're doing now, because your brain doesn't always separate their emotions from your responsibility, so nothing ever fully leaves you. And number three, there's no clear off switch. The hardest part is there's no clear moment where you get to stop being that person. You can leave work, you can finish a conversation, you can finally sit down to rest, but your mind is still holding everything. You're thinking about what someone said, what someone needs, what might go wrong, what you should do next. So even when your body is resting, your mind is still working. And when this keeps happening, day after day, conversation after conversation, your system never fully resets. And that's where emotional burnout starts. Why rest isn't working. And this is the part that confuses a lot of people because you might be resting and still feel exhausted. You take a break, you get a weekend, maybe even time off, and nothing really changes. You're still waking up tired, still feeling mentally drained, still not fully recharged. You become frustrated because you're doing what you're supposed to do to feel better. But emotional burnout doesn't come from physical effort alone, it comes from constant emotional load. So your body might be resting, but your mind is still carrying everything. It's like trying to recharge your phone while 20 apps are still running in the background. You're lying down, but your mind is replaying conversations, thinking about people, holding on to things that were never really yours to carry. Your system never really gets a signal that it's safe to fully relax because it's always processing something. So even when you stop moving, you don't actually feel at rest. You don't just need physical rest, you need emotional space. And that doesn't mean you're stuck like this. It just means the way you've been trying to recover isn't addressing the real problem. And this is exactly why burnout recovery takes longer than most people expect. Because it's not just about rest, it's about what your mind and body have been carrying for a long time. What you can do. Shift number one. Separate support from responsibility. The first shift in this, you can care about someone without carrying what they're going through. Support doesn't mean ownership, and someone else's emotions are not your responsibility to manage. Shift two, start with micro boundaries. You don't have to change everything overnight. Just start small. For example, I don't have the capacity for this right now. I care about you, but I can't take this on. Let me get back to you instead of answering right away. You see, these small moments create space, and that space matters more than you think. And shift number three, create emotional off time, meaning give yourself time to not hold on to anything for anyone. For example, no heavy conversations after a certain hour, quiet time without giving people input, time where you're not on call emotionally. Because if you're always available, your mind never gets a break. You don't have to do it all this perfectly. Just start noticing where your energy is going and where it's not being returned. If you can, grab a notebook or just take a quiet moment with this. Answer or think about this journaling prompt. Where in my life do I feel responsible for other people's emotions? Maybe that's at work. Maybe it's in your family or in your friendships. You don't have to answer it perfectly. Just notice what comes up. And if you're realizing that you're always the one people rely on, always the one holding everything together, I made a video about what that role does to you over time. I'll link it for you in the description below because that might connect a lot of dots. And in the next video, I'm going to walk through why burnout recovery takes longer than you expect and what's actually happening when rest isn't working. I'll see you there. Until next time, keep growing gently. Take care, friends, and I'll see you back in the universe soon.